and then a lot of dirt, a lot of dust. Didn't realise where that came from, first of all, but then I realised later that it was the window by my side had actually completely smashed.
Urgent answers are needed, especially for bereaved families, and 36 people left with injuries including a fractured spine and a collapsed lung. Railtrack is gravely concerned. Its shares were down 9% on news of the crash.
In the last half hour, Railtrack have imposed a blanket speed restriction on all sections of track similar to that at the crash site. Thousands will gather in Glasgow today for the funeral of Donald Dewar. Scotland's First Minister died last Wednesday of a brain hemorrhage. 1,300 guests at Glasgow Cathedral will include Prince Charles and two ladies who regularly made his breakfast bacon rolls. London's had one for years, but today Madame Tussauds Waxwork Museum is unveiling a new $15 million branch in New York. The opening will, of course, be packed with instantly recognisable international celebrities, but they won't be doing much mingling, and the conversation will probably be rubbish. Here's the sport. Arsenal booked their place in the next round of the Champions League last night with a 1-1 draw against favourites Lazio. Things looked bleak when they conceded a freak goal in the first half, but super sub Robert Pires saved the day with a superb strike 3 minutes from time. Several thousand police officers will be on duty in Istanbul tonight as Leeds take on Besiktas in the Champions League. Officials are determined to avoid a repeat of the violence that marred United's last visit to the city in April. That's the Big Breakfast News. Simon's at the house with the weather.
So thanks very much, Jasmine. Well, it's not looking like a great day today, I'm afraid. Sun and showers countrywide. This morning, East Anglia and the southeast are going to start cloudy and damp, probably seeing a bit of rain as well. Scotland and Northern Ireland will start off a little bit brighter, bit of sun creeping through, but showers again. Otherwise, generally bright and breezy day. This afternoon, sunshine and showers for most of the country again. The heaviest of those in Northern Scotland and in Northern Ireland. Unfortunately, that's going to turn a bit nasty this afternoon. The southeast will brighten up a little bit. It'll stay cloudy, but the rain may ease up slightly. The south, a little bit better, a sprinkling of sun there, only 60% chance of rain. A quick look at today's temperatures then. A 12 up in Aberdeen, a 13 over in Belfast, a 14 for Newcastle and a 15 for London. Now, we've had a phone call. Let's see who it's been from today. I believe it's from a Ricky, and he is in Norwich. He wants to know what the weather's going to be like for his paper round. Well, unfortunately, as you can see, Norwich is buried underneath that cloud. Remember, on your paper round, if you can't fit it through the letterbox, keep jamming it until it rips. If there's any free gifts, keep them for yourself. That's all from me. Now it's back to Johnny and Denise.
There he is. He's coming on there. Thanks, Simon. That's fantastic, man. You look like, I don't know, you know those old horrors where the peasant has seen the werewolf? He's over there, sir! Do you know what, I can hear a cry, ladies and gentlemen. Read all about it! Read all about it! Thank you very much indeed.
Ripe strawberries.
Thank you very much. Wrong, different musical. Do you know what? The Guardian disaster strikes at 115. Pete Postlethwaite is holding that paper, ladies and gentlemen.
But this is
rail safety under scrutiny again as 4 are killed. This is the London Leeds train that's derailed by Hatfield. All the front pages, obviously, with this morning. Let's flick through to the Mail. 1 year and 12 days after Paddington. And Telegraph, who is to blame this time? That's the big question. Hopefully, to help us go somewhere to answer that question, we have Peter Rayner, who has spent 40 years as a railway operating and safety expert, and he is on the line. I don't know if we've got a photo of him. No, we haven't. But we have got his voice. Peter, are you there?
Yes, you're benefited by not having my photo, yeah.
Thank you very much, Peter. What do you think went on?
I don't know that anybody knows what went on in that case. I mean, who is to blame is rather interesting what the Telegraph are saying. I think you can take that right back to the way it was privatised. Curious enough, you have to say, instead of there being one vertical chain of command, one fat controller like Thomas the Tank Engine, which at least we knew who he was, even if he wasn't always right, you've now got one person owning the track, another one owning the overhead wires, another one maintaining it, someone owning the coaches, another one doing this. So when there is an accident and when there is a muddle, everybody's got a lawyer and everybody is arguing and wondering who. So the real problem is the way the industry was cut up, which has made these accidents more likely to happen.
But I think what they say when they say who is to blame this time, I mean, I know that to answer the question why, we've always got to look at the underlying cause and the instant cause. I think what they're referring to here is the instant cause of this particular accident? I mean, your blames there go into the kind of the prophesis of the whole thing. But what's the instant cause, do we think?
The instant cause, nobody knows. The instant cause, you're falling into the same trap that they're falling in. The instant cause isn't what we should be looking at.
Well, it is the instant cause, because the instant cause is what's kind of, in this instance, is what's killed 4 people. We know there's been problems in the past, and it's just all it creates is a kind of a culture of buck passing, where people go, oh, it's because you sold it to that, you could have sold it to that, could you have sold it to that? But the point is, do we know why the train came off the track? I think that's all they want to know.
Nobody can tell that until proper experts have got there. The real problem is that you get 3 police forces there who understand nothing about it at all. The police have no knowledge of how to do it, so they start looking at the things they understand, which is vandalism and bombs, and it isn't until another 6, 8, 10 hours before professionals can get anywhere near to decide what it is. I would be very wrong to tell you what I thought the answer was. Certainly, as you're there, it's either the track, the train, or the speed of the train. And until somebody looks at those 3 things professionally, nobody can tell the immediate course. You have to concentrate on the fact that it's allowed to happen because different people can put different interpretations on things.
OK, but as I say, you are 40 years as a railway operating and safety expert. Yes, you've seen the photos. Presumably you know something about this crash. What would you say? I know it's a bad thing to speculate, but what is your feeling at this time?
I have been on every programme since it happened. I cannot tell you. Let me tell you, if it was speed, then automatic train protection would have prevented it.
Yeah, an early warning system would have prevented it.
But the cheaper system that this government is going for would not have prevented it if it was speed.
All right. OK, listen, thank you very much indeed. Peter Rayner, they're talking to me on the phone. Do you know what? I think I'm going to get in there, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say, I think let's have a get in there a little bit louder, perhaps to get away the misery of the train crash. Let's really enjoy ourselves as we go. Absolutely right. Do you know, in yesterday's newspaper review, we talked about a ferret playing pool. We enjoyed that story immensely. We were saying there's a lot more animals seem to be going down the pub. It's a lovely place for them. Do you know that ferret's here with us this morning? And isn't that marvellous? Is the ferret going to play pool for us or just remain in a cage on the table?
No, can we see it? That'd be great.
OK, here we go. We want to see the ferret play pool.
Let's have a look.
Show me the ferret.
Show me the ferret.
Thank you very much. Here comes the ferret. The ferret is out of the cage.
Let's move the cage so we can see the ferret.
OK, there's the ferret. The ferret.
Oh, look.
There we go. They're lovely animals, though. You know, they can really nip you as well. They can give you a nasty nip, ferret. OK, Harriet, are we going to put it on the pool table or is that not safe? Because we lost it. Is it?
Let's put
OK, let's see this pool-playing ferret.
What's the name of the ferret?
He might not play very well.
Oh! Wow. Don't do it! He's going to jump.
OK, so it's funny because in the article it said as soon as it sees a ball, it rams its head against the cue ball, which it knows to do, and pots a colour in a pocket. But in actual fact, it looked like an animal scuttling around. Oh, no, it's going to do it. No. In fact, it's finding the balls the least interesting thing on the pool table. It finds. Well, there we go. It was obviously. I don't know. Brilliant. Well, do you know what? That's. Yeah, file that under the balloon incident, which also happened this morning. This is a man who's going to go 10,000 feet up in the balloons. Let's just see his attempt earlier this morning. It certainly is as good as that ferret pool playing. Here we go. This is earlier today. Stuart! Wait a second. Lift.
I'm not lifting very far, are we? This is not 4,000 balloons. Come on now.
But you said, by your calculations, he was going to get... This is going down as one of the big breakfast greats, isn't it? So you're standing around and you know you're taking ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps if we attach the ferret to the balloons, maybe we'll get some kind of...
Maybe it would work.
I don't know, maybe we'll get... Between those 2 items, we can salvage something. Yeah. Attach the ferret to the balloons and get Stuart to play pool. Yeah. Perhaps the wrong way round there. Do you know what? I'm going to get in there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get in there right good and properly. I've got a quick round-up of today's big stories for you. Britain's safest bus driver, Colin Cooper, 65, retired yesterday. These are some of the big stories coming your way in the national press. Patient bingo fan Florence Thurkill, 70, scooped a jackpot after 30 years of regular playing in Sheffield. Oh. And Atomic Kitten star Kerry Katona is moving in with her Westlife boyfriend Brian McFadden. Wow. So those are the big stories. I tell you, there is a story here, actually, which we didn't pick out, but just, I don't know if this says something about the nature of the German pop fan, but you'll find this amusing, I'm sure, Denise. Britney Spears was miffed when she flew into Berlin to find the airport full of young fans waving banners for her 12-year-old support act, Aaron Carter.
Really?
We've had him on the show, actually. He's a great guest. He's a live wire. OK, on Monday, we had 2 stories of birds being flown to Africa. Because they can't migrate. I was saying this is going to start off a spate of birds hamming it up at airports, coughing, making it look like they got broken wings. It's happened again. 2 bird lovers have begun a fly-drive mission to help 3 baby house martins migrate to Africa. Jai and Miles Badley. Jai. That can't be as in Dozen. No. Here's my favourite character, Jai. Jai and Miles Badley plan to take the birds 1,100 miles by car from Hereford to Barcelona. They're driving these birds as part of the migration pattern. It's got to be wrong. You seem to get like 5,000 starlings by the side of the road just thumbing it instead of flying. It's pathetic. They will free the fledglings to fly the last leg across the Mediterranean. Chris Mead of the British Trust for Ornithology said, the idea of driving birds to Spain is daft. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? You recently printed letters. Do you remember we had the unusual food combinations again? Yes. We had the, what was it? Was it spaghetti with cheese?
No, it was spaghetti pudding.
It was spaghetti as a pudding, wasn't it? And then we had a guy who puts salad cream in his coffee.
Yeah, my dad puts ketchup on Chinese.
Did your dad put ketchup on Chinese? Well, here's another one for you. You recently printed letters on unusual food combinations. My husband eats Mars bars mashed up with sardines.
Tasty!
This mail letters thing. This is the Mirror, actually. People who write letters to papers are insane.
They are.
Got something mad you'd like to share? Just a coincidence. OK, you ready for this? This is the humble carrier bag can claim to outdo even designer handbags as the nation's favourite way of transporting anything from work files to picnics. However, as we work our way through millions every year, we're creating a growing mountain of waste. UK consumers use 8 billion carrier bags a year, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Enough to cover Oxford Street almost 200,000 times. On average, Denise, each person gets through 134 plastic bags a year. A spokesman for the Department of Environment said Britain is rapidly running out of space for landfill and plastic bags take a long time to decompose. Everybody should do their bit for the environment. Unfortunately, celebrities, ladies and gentlemen, are the worst offenders in all this.
I've got a drawer at home and I put my carrier bags in that drawer and I reuse them,
But I can show you this morning the celebrity scum who we're naming and shaming. Look at Emma Bunton there, wantonly using a plastic bag, ladies and gentlemen. Boo her, please. Boo. Look at her. That's a smile that says, I hate the environment. Doesn't it? I hate the environment. It says, eat lead, ozone layer.
I don't think that's true.
OK, Sarah McDonald. This is Noel Gallagher's new girlfriend. Look at this. Have a look. Again. Bags. Bags. She's using bags. We're naming and shaming, Denise. And our third one this morning, the third bit of... Look at... Who's this third one this morning? Let's have a... Who is that with a Woolworths bag? It's Denise Van Outen, ladies and gentlemen.